Goalsiders, welcome to another round of your daily football dose, and boy have we got some stories for you today. Is Ronaldo still committed to Juventus? Are PSG monitoring Ronaldo and Messi? Is there anyone who can stop the juggernaut that is Manchester City? Well, don't go anywhere, because we're going to cover all the bases here on another episode of Goalside News. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to stay up to date with the latest in the footballing world. Di Maria gets robbed. We're going to start off with a sad bit of news. Paris Saint-Germain suffered a 2-1 defeat to Nantes, but the result was pretty much clouded by the events that happened far away from Parc des Princes. With the scores tied at 1-1, the PSG sporting director signalled to manager Mauricio Pochettino, who promptly substituted Angel Di Maria and followed the Argentine international to the tunnel. Pochettino would later come out of the tunnel and look very distracted. It later transpired that Di Maria's home had been robbed in front of his family members. And while PSG slipped to a 2-1 defeat against Antoine Kombouaré's side, all attention was focused on the well-being of Di Maria's family. This isn't the first time the experienced forward has been the victim of a robbery. During his time at Manchester United, his home was robbed, and it actually played a big role in him wanting to leave Old Trafford for PSG. The result means that the reigning Ligue 1 champions trail league leaders Lille by 3 points. It's been quite a while since they won a league title with just 9 games left in the campaign. It would be interesting to see who blinks first in what's become a very enticing race for the Championnat, with Lyon also level on points with the Parisians. Aguero plays down Barcelona rumours. Manchester City striker Sergio Aguero has played down rumours linking him with a move to the Camp Nou this summer. The Argentine is set to become a free agent once his contract at the Etihad expires, and he's been linked with a host of clubs, including a reunion with Lionel Messi, provided the Barca talisman decides to stick around beyond the current campaign. Aguero has struggled for game time this season due to injuries, but the player has addressed rumours of a switch to Barcelona by stating that he's still with City. Let's see how this one pans out. But that's not it. RB Leipzig boss Julian Nagelsmann has done an amazing job in Germany, and his work has not gone unnoticed at the Camp Nou, with the new leadership eyeing the young tactician as the perfect replacement for Ronald Koeman. Reportedly, Joan Laporta, yes, the same man who promised that Messi will stay at the club forever, is a huge fan of Nagelsmann. However, the German is unflustered by such rumours and says that this isn't the first time he's been linked with the club. The 33-year-old is eager to do well for Leipzig and doesn't want to say anything that sounds disrespectful to rival managers. And that's how a classy manager should behave. Boycotting Qatar 2022. Okay, so we're only 12 months or so away from the next edition of the FIFA World Cup, and the host nation Qatar simply can't stay away from controversy. Due to the country's alleged treatment of immigrant workers, there have been calls to boycott the tournament. People in Norway and Denmark in particular have taken a very strong stance. Norway are set to play the competition for the first time in over 20 years. However, the pressure is mounting for the national team. Nonetheless, star player Martin Ødegaard, who is slowly becoming something of a revelation for Arsenal this season, says that rather than making a hasty decision, it would serve everyone better to focus on how to make a more visible change. Regardless, it's good to know that the wider footballing community is showing a lot of togetherness when it comes to safeguarding human rights. Aubameyangtardiness cost Arsenal nothing. It was a real shocker when we found out that star striker Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang would not make it to the starting 11 for Arsenal as they took on Tottenham in the North London derby. Apparently, the Gabon striker reportedly missed the team bus to the Emirates, and Mikel Arteta made the tough call. Given how abject they can be at times, we were all worried about the Gunners. Nonetheless, kudos to the Spanish tactician for sticking with his principles. In Alba's place, Alexandre Lacazette spearheaded the attack and put in a really good shift. Arsenal managed to win the derby and were utterly dominant throughout the game. This was definitely a risky move. Most managers don't leave out their best players for crunch clashes, but it was clear that Arteta knows what he's doing. What do you think about this entire episode? Let us know in the comments section. Madrid in for Lazio ace. For several years, we've been hearing about the talents of the Lazio star Sergej Milinkovic-Savic. An imposing figure in the middle of the park, the Serb is definitely an immensely talented player. However, he hasn't been able to move to a big club so far. The likes of Man United and Chelsea have been eyeing him in recent years, but so far he's stayed put. However, it appears that Real Madrid are showing great interest in the 25-year-old, who they see as a perfect replacement for Luka Modric. The Croatian is in the twilight stages of his playing career, and Milinkovic-Savic could prove to be a great upgrade on the legendary midfielder. A transfer fee in the region of €70 million could prove to be enough to land a midfielder who's definitely going to shine for a big team if he was given the chance. Manchester United eyeing Pau Torres. Well, United are definitely not happy with the options that they've got at the heart of the defence. Harry Maguire was once again immense during the hard-fought 1-0 win over West Ham United, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is eager to pair up the Englishman with a more stable partner. After being linked with pretty much every defender on the planet, we can't be too sure which one will arrive at Old Trafford. Regardless, the Red Devils are now interested in making a move for Villarreal's Pau Torres, but are seeing the Spaniard as a plan B in case their reported move for Sergio Ramos fails to materialise. Ramos has been linked with a move to Old Trafford in the past, but as it turned out, it was just a ruse for him to sign a more lucrative deal. It could happen again, so United might have wisened up by now. Can anyone stop Manchester City? After a 2-0 defeat at the hands of Man United, a few pundits out there said that the result couldn't have happened at a worse time for the league leaders. Indeed, the citizens saw their historic run ended by their biggest rivals. However, Pep Guardiola's side is a different beast. They might have lost the derby, but it was just a minor blip in what has been an otherwise great campaign. They're still on top of the league standings and also have one foot in the quarter-finals of the Champions League. In the league, they only really have a few tough games left, so don't bet against the citizens this time around. And even though United do have a game in hand, we don't see Solskjaer's men mounting a title assault given City's strength and depth. Do you think that Man United are capable of mounting a more sustained title assault next season? Let us know in the comment. The Ronaldo commitment issue. Once Juventus crashed out of the Champions League at the hands of Porto, there was a lot of talk about Ronaldo's suitability in Turin. Indeed, he was brought to the club in order for them to finally win the competition, and it hasn't happened so far, and it feels as if they might have to do more than just sign a goal machine to win the competition. We're not denying that Ronaldo wasn't bad against Porto, however, you can't entirely place the blame on the former Real Madrid man. The team's defence has to be culpable as well. Nonetheless, Ronaldo seemed like a man on a mission in the 3-1 win over Cagliari, scoring yet another hat-trick. The legendary forward always knows when to shut his detractors down, and this time was no different. Of course, this was only Cagliari, but the performance served as yet another reminder to those who doubt the player's ability to dictate games on his own. By scoring a hat-trick, Ronaldo has also taken over Pele's record for the most goals in a professional career. Following the game, CR7 had a lot to vent about, and he did just that on his Instagram account, where he told fans that the story is far from over, and also hinted at a possible future with Juventus. Now I can't wait for the next games and challenges, the next records and trophies. Believe me, this story is still far from being over. The future is tomorrow, and there's still a lot to win for Juventus and Portugal. Although he has reaffirmed his commitment to the old lady, there is still a likelihood of him leaving Turin at the end of the season. Reportedly, PSG are still keen on signing him, with Leonardo stating that the French club is very much desired by all the great players. The reigning French champions are also interested in signing Lionel Messi, so if they're able to sign both, it would definitely make for a relishing prospect. Who wouldn't want to see two of the greatest players of our generation play together? We'd love to have a discussion about this, so do let us know what you think about the possibility where both Ronaldo and Messi are playing on the same team. Do you think it would cause friction, or is it going to make PSG one of the most fearsome sides on the planet? Let us know, and we can definitely have a really long discussion about this.